for the entertainment part of the afternoon, we have our own Bonnie Hausknecht, and she is going to lead us in some very fun and bedazzled Christmas carols. So, and they are Bonnie dazzled, just to let you know on that one. So I will go ahead and turn it over to you.
The last 1,457th time you've heard that this year. Because that's how many times we've heard that song. But I really liked the arrangement. So I am Bonnie Hausknecht. I am on staff here, of course, as the organist and the pianist, and I was so excited when they asked me if I wanted to play for the UMW. My great-grandmother and my grandmother, my grandparents started the Methodist Church in the Southwest Valley of Albuquerque, and my great-grandmother was the president. I somehow ended up with her prayer journal, or her notebook that she wrote her prayers in. And I know that she wrote her prayers in it because I would read it, Dear God, and she signed it, Sincerely, Mrs. C.A. Cleveland. So she had a very personal relationship. It just always cracked me up, sincerely. I love that. Well, and this is the season where we have lots and lots of traditions. I'm sure all of you have traditions at home where you have a certain time when you go and get your tree. So how many of you in your traditions or in your background, I want to see a show of hands, ever had a flocked tree? You know, the one with all the white stuff on it that it left a trail. Yeah, we had a flocked tree, and I think my mom put just blue bulbs on it. You know, so just blue and just white. And then, how many of you ever had? Now, how many do the live tree? You go and get a cut live tree. It's not alive anymore. It's not alive anymore. All right. Now, my husband and I, he's standing in the back, my husband, we actually, first year we were married, decided that we didn't have any landscaping, so we actually got a living Christmas tree. We thought that'd be a fabulous idea. Let's get a living Christmas tree, and then we'll plant the darn thing when we get done with Christmas. Turns out the dirt ball is like this high. The tree is like this high. It's very, very small. You have to leave it in the garage. You can only bring it in like for 2 days. And then we went to plant it, and the ground is frozen. There was no place to plant the tree. The only place we could plant it was like 6 inches away from the house. It was the only place that it was just crazy. Now, my favorite tree, though, that you always had to have lots of supplies on hand was the aluminum trees. You had an aluminum tree, and you had the spotlight, and it turned colors, purple and green. You always had, you got cut. You just had to have the Band-Aids and the Bactine ready because you were going to get cut putting up that tree. So, I have gone to an artificial tree. I love the tree. Now, my father, when we were growing up, I lived in the mountains outside of Denver for 6 years. Felt like all of my life because it was the formative years, 4th grade through 9th grade. We lived in a cabin on 5 acres of land. So once we moved there, we were surrounded by aspen trees and pine trees. Now, I don't know how we get Christmas trees to look so perfect because we would walk around in the 5 acres and actually pine trees are just not perfect. But my dad came up with this very creative solution. We would look for a tree. If it looks good on one side, we would get that tree and he would cut off all the branches on the other side and nail the sucker to the wall. And then he would drill holes in the thing and take the other branches and stuff it in. So it was a big fat full tree. And he blamed it on us 3 children saying that we would knock it over if we didn't nail it to the tree. That was not true. But because of that, we didn't get to do this next song.
dazzled.
So, mainly because I was walking around church. This is all Nancy's fault, Nancy Gehring, wherever you are. I was walking around saying, complaining, I know they like ragtime. I don't have ragtime. She said, make it up.
Thank you, Nancy.
I'm trying to make it up. All right. Well, I'm going to slow things down a little bit, give my arms a little chance to rest here. Now, we've had our hands up to talk about trees. Now, I want to know how many of you had a brother that was a Santa and you had to dress up like an elf because he couldn't drive.
I think you're all alone, my dear.
Oh man, I knew it. My brother was a clown. He liked to be a clown. I think I'm the only girl in high school who couldn't get to the sink because of my brother's makeup. But he also had a Santa business, and he was only 15, and he had so much business that he actually had 2 other Santas that were under him, but he couldn't drive. So I had to dress up like an elf, and I'm not talking about the elf outfit with the cute little curly boots. No, I'm talking the green velvet skating outfit that came up to here and high-heeled gold slipper, high heels. Woo! I was a hot elf, let me tell you. And we would drive down the highway and because I'm driving and there's Santa. So we had a lot of fun. He paid me, I would go in and I would play some Christmas carols. He paid me $5. Aww. And he got $1 a minute. He was a very good businessman. Very good businessman. Well, I'm going to play something. We all get a little sentimental when we get around the holidays. So this next one, again, you are welcome to sing anytime you want to sing. You will not throw me off. I'm not going to sing every time because I'm working really hard. So, I love you. put up. One of the things that we did that was different is we put lights on there, but we also put real candles. Real candles on this thing. And my mother was famous for throwing a Christmas party every single year. And we would throw these Christmas parties, and then at the end of the evening, we would turn off all the lights. Dad would, I would get on, we had a little family organ, you know, one that's got 3 pedals. And Mom would get on the piano, and her and I would play Christmas duets, and then everybody would sing, and we would light the candles on the tree, and Dad would stand by with a big bucket of sand or a big bucket of water to save Christmas in case we blew up. So that was always a very special moment for our family, and it was a lot of fun. And so I have another tradition that we used to do. My mother owned every Christmas album that was ever produced. Now, how many of you have a Christmas album of Perry Como? How many Bing Crosby? Julie Andrews. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Julie Andrews, man, that was playing in my house all the time. Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass. Baja Marimba Band. Oh, yeah. Now, I remember. Yeah. Burl Ives. Now, I remember, I have this burned in my memory thing. I don't know who put out this album, but there was a picture on the front, probably of this up, lady in a red Santa hat, brunette hair, very deep cleavage. I mean, really deep cleavage, so that my mom put a Christmas sticker on the top of the album. To nobody's looking at this. And I just remember that Christmas sticker. I don't know who put it. I called her. I said, which one was that? Oh, I don't know. I think it was not who we thought it was. But anyways, it's a lot of memories. So, if anybody can think of who that was, I will never forget the Christmas sticker every time I put one on a package. All right, so we're going to do a Burl Ives special here. You're welcome to sing along if you want to. If I remember all the words, I'll sing with you. All right. grabbing all of it. All right, so now it's time for us to get really serious. Another tradition. Now, in my family, when we lived up in the mountains, again, we lived, there was one person that lived probably 1,000 feet away from us, or maybe even longer than that. And then there was nobody for a mile. Nobody for a mile. But there were a lot of retired people all scattered around. Now, my mother always made it a very big tradition to go Christmas caroling. How many of you have gone Christmas caroling? All right, how many of you have gone like nursing homes, you've gone to your neighborhood? All right, I bet you none of you have done this. How many of you have gone Christmas caroling with one of these? This is a glockenspiel. This is an extremely heavy glockenspiel.
It's supposed to be on a stand.
This was actually carried. My grandfather bought this from my mother. She did not have the decision to play this. This was my mother's. He brought it home, said, learn how to play it. This is so heavy, she used to trade with the tuba player and ask if she could carry his instrument. Because this is all metal. I carried this in the marching band for Wheat Ridge High School. And I would sit out at the football games, and it would get very cold, and I would dare people to stick their tongues to it. Just because I thought that might be kind of fun.
Oh, God, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Now, this usually has a flag. You know, you have a strap and this little flag thing, but because they had all this little sparkle stuff on, I didn't want to try to put that on there. We are going to Christmas carol with the glockenspiel, just so you can say, I've done it. And actually, this is a very, very fun thing when you're outside in the night. It's kind of fun to hear the little bells tingling. I'm hoping the microphone does not blow us up. If the glockenspiel gets too loud in the microphone, just let me know. If everybody starts grabbing your ears, that'll be a good sign. All right.
Watch that.
We're going to move over here a little bit. See how long I can.
Scaring me, darling.
See how long I can hold this. It carries. All right. Well, we got to get in the right key. Joy to the world. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare Him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. The first note. just gonna go here.
Okay, while Bonnie is getting all that put back together, we're also going to let her hands rest from holding that thing. So if you want to go check the silent auction, this is last call to make sure that you have got all of your bids up there. And then she's got a couple more songs, and then we will have our closing. This is also a chance for a bathroom break.